So, so my name's Emma Kirby. I am just about to go into my 24th year as an educator. Inspired by my own teachers, I pursued a degree in Latin American studies with Spanish and Portuguese, and I discovered my love of teaching whilst teaching at university in Mexico in 1997. And upon returning to the UK, I completed my PGCE. I became an advanced skills teacher in 2004, and I'm currently head of languages at a very large 11 to 18 secondary school on the outskirts of Bristol. I'm also just about to start a role on the senior leadership team at my school as an associate assistant head teacher with responsibility for raising standards in Key Stage 3. So I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes this morning just about my journey, and specifically how over the last couple of years I've brought a team together under my leadership. I've been a leader over those 20 odd years in many different scenarios: PGCE, NQT mentoring, as a head of year, running trust-wide CPD. Yet it's only now that I'm beginning to find my voice as a leader, and I'm learning how to use it to influence others and bring about change. So I'm always being told, we always knew you'd be a teacher, you were a born teacher, born leader, but I was never going to be a teacher. I was going to be an air stewardess, travel the world, use my languages, and then I was going to work for an international charity. There's no doubt that I love to talk, and you can ask anyone who knows me, but I'm not very confident in talking about myself and acknowledging my own successes. So this presentation has been a challenge. The core values of Women Ed resonate strongly with me, and you'll see that I mention them throughout my presentation, as they very much form part of who I am and what I do. I took up the post of head of languages in my own school, having been deputy head of sixth form for 9 years. The previous head of MFL had been in post for 16 years, and the faculty desperately needed a new direction. Bringing about that change from within the faculty as an existing member of staff was going to be a huge challenge. Most of the team were on board, but some weren't. So the first thing that I had to address, first and foremost, I needed to have the confidence in my own ability to lead, and to facilitate that move to a new role. Some external support was provided, and a coaching relationship was established between Rosanna Raimato of Women Ed Italy and myself, who at the time was based in Bristol. And the way that Rosanna skillfully guided me through that first year as head of faculty was incredible. She believed in me, and she gave me the space to explore my ideas, challenging me, but in a supportive way, and helping me to articulate my ideas and my vision for the faculty. I believe there was a genuine connection between us. Rosanna had been in the same position as me. She had been a head of department, and she had also worked her way up to senior leadership. I think that Rosanna saw my potential and encouraged me to believe in myself, and to lead from the front. Just see if I can put the video on. Yeah, I just flicked back into that screen. Hi everybody. So once I'd found that confidence in my ability to lead, the next step was to consider the type of faculty that I wanted to create and to work in. And the most important thing for me was is to create an environment where people can come to work and to be their best. And I knew that the faculty had to change, and that clearly communicating my vision with the team, it's quite a large team at the time, 8 teachers for MFL, that's quite large. And I knew that communicating that vision with the team was going to be the key to its success. And getting the team to see the benefits of change was essential, as was making the whole team feel included in that process. So moving forward, collaboration at every level became embedded in everything we did. So from discussing and sharing lesson plans and teaching ideas to shaping the new curriculum, everyone had a voice, everyone was listened to, and everyone was valued. It's probably worth saying there that unusually we have this year almost a 50-50 split male and female MFL teachers, which is fantastic, but can be quite unusual. So we created a culture where experimenting in your teaching was encouraged. And this was embraced by what is quite an experienced faculty in terms of number of years teaching. And we developed an understanding that it's okay to get things wrong, but it isn't okay to do nothing about it. So even the most experienced teachers soon found a new sense of freedom in their teaching, and a renewed love of teaching as well. So Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." And for me, this meant living out my values in everything I do, and by leading by example. And the trust that we created across the department has enabled us to build a strong community of motivated and like-minded languages teachers, who in turn pass that enthusiasm on to their students. I think the students see the passion and the love we have for our job, and they engage with us. Another factor that accelerated the rapid improvement of the faculty, was my approach to reviewing and providing clarity around the roles and responsibilities of everyone in the department. So those who received money, or TLRs, for their additional responsibilities, and I had a second and a third in department, had their roles clearly defined. Providing clarity as to what everyone's roles were also helped colleagues to feel that they were achieving something and making a difference, and that they had an important part to play in the improvement journey of the faculty. Now, in the spirit of 10% braver, I carried out an informal 360 of my practice as a leader within the MFL department. I asked them, because I'm trying to get a better understanding of how I lead and what it is that I do. So I asked them how I lead and what it is that I do that brings about change. And I think it's the support and the trust I have in Women Ed and the group here today of speakers and delegates that means I feel comfortable with sharing their responses with you. This is what they said. So they began by telling me that I model the type of person I want to see in my team, and that I lead by example. And that I understand that it's getting the basics right that's so important, and this is where I always start. They said that I make the team feel included, and I make them feel that their ideas count. They also said that what I do works because everything I do has teaching and learning at the heart of it, and that if it isn't going to impact what's happening in the classroom, then I don't do it. They also said that I trust my team, and this is really important to me, as I want their trust, but I want trust to work both ways. And they also commented on my knack of being able to spot and nurture potential in people, and I think it's using my coaching skills that enables me to bring out the best in people. I mean, I am truly humbled by their comments, and I am at this point very proud of the woman in leadership that I'm becoming. I couldn't have done it without having the many positive role models, most of them women, along the way. And I am really looking forward to and excited about the next part of my journey of continuing to empower colleagues to be their best and creating more leaders, especially women leaders. I think how I lead and how I bring about change is becoming clearer to me after 24 years. And being in a position where I can bring about positive change and have an impact is very, very important to me. I know the road will be bumpy, but I know that I have the support of colleagues around me, and I'm resolute in my determination to bring about positive change in education. I think it's my own experience of how education can completely change your life chances that influences everything I do, and I hope that I can bring those opportunities, similar opportunities, to my students. As daunting as this was, I've thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity to reflect on my journey so far and to share it with you. So thank you for inviting me, and thank you for listening.